and welcome to the cozymeadowknits podcast. This is episode 26. My name is Sophie, and I am coming to you from the east coast of Canada in the province of New Brunswick, where I live with my husband and our two kids. We have a daughter who is 14 and our son is 12. And this is my knitting podcast where I share all of my knitting adventures and sometimes other crafty adventures as well, but mostly knitting. I am an obsessed knitter. I want to knit all the things, and I love all the yarn and anything about knitting. So this is a space where I share what I am knitting on, my finished objects, and all of my dream knitting. And if you are interested in this, welcome. If you are new, welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad to be here with you. Today is November 13th. It is a Monday, and I am off. So I thought I would take some time to do a podcast, to record, because life is really busy, and I don't know when I will have more time after this. So I hope you have a cozy beverage. I hope you are comfortable and knitting on something or crafting on something. And currently my fridge is making some noise. I'm sorry about that. I think it's done. I hope you are cozy and well, and let's get on to some knitting talk. Everything that I will be talking about today will be linked down below, my project pages, the project, the patterns, any yarn dyers or shops that I mention. I will try to link everything down below. If ever I do forget something and you have a question, you can ask in the comments, or you can send me an email. I will send that to you. It will be linked down below. You can find me on Ravelry as well as cozymeadowknits, and on Instagram as cozymeadowknits also. Okay, now let's get on to the knitting talk. I have been busy. Life is busy. It's good, but it's busy. But I did manage to finish my Lady Violet sweater, which is what I am wearing today. I'm going to take a sip of coffee, and let's talk about the sweater. Oh, where am I going to put my coffee? I'll put it here, sorry. There we go. Okay, Lady Violet sweater. I have been knitting on this for a little bit. I finished it a couple weeks ago. I did manage to finish it before Halloween because I was calling this my witchy, moody sweater, Halloween sweater, and I've been wearing it nonstop, not only on Halloween. But yeah, so this is it. It's complete. The pattern is called the Lady Violet sweater, and it is by oh my goodness, I'll put in, I think it's, no, I don't remember. I will have it down below here, and it's complete. I'm going to stand up to show. Hopefully my chair doesn't do too much noise. There. So yeah, this is my sweater. I absolutely am happy with the fit. Okay, so the sweater, it has this lovely, lovely detail in the raglan increases and, well, on the shoulder, and it's super pretty. It is a top-down construction. You start with the neck and then knit down, and also knit this lace panel at the same time. Then you separate for the sleeves, and then just knit stockinette stitch all around. These are the sleeves. These are my sleeves. There are modifications, and I will talk about that in a second. I'm just going to turn around. This is the back, and it fits really great. Just one moment. There. Okay. So it fits great. I love it. I absolutely love the color combo. It's amazing. So the sweater is knit with one strand of fingering weight yarn and a strand of mohair, or if you want, just one strand of DK weight yarn. And okay, modifications. My modifications were for the neckline. I've explained this a little bit in my last video, so I'm going to go really quickly on that. For the neckline, they do a 2x2 rib. I did 1x1 rib. I also casted on less stitches than what the pattern instructs, because I found that in some of the pictures, a lot of sweaters had wider necklines, and it's gorgeous. It's just, I did not want that. So I cast on fewer stitches and then increased to the number of stitches that was in the pattern after, and then started the lace panel. Some of this is explained in my notes. So that was one of the modifications. The other modification I did for the sleeves, I can't remember if they just have you like knit straight, but I did see in the pictures that the sleeve was looser as well, and I wanted it a little bit tapered in. So I did mark down pretty sure I did, my instructions on where I decreased. I basically knit probably up to here and then started decreasing every so many rows. And then I followed the same 1x1 rib that I did on the neckline. I knit as long as I wanted it to be, because I think in the picture it also shows it a little bit cropped. I went longer and I absolutely love the result. The pattern is very well written, and I will make this again, and I will follow the same modifications in my next knit, probably next year. But yeah, the only other modification that I would do for myself, this is just for me, I really like a high low hem on the back, like the back is longer than the front. I've done that on the Love Note, and I've also done it in the Wilfreda sweater. So I might take, I don't know, I'll have to do some math. If I can figure it out, I will try to do a high-low on this as well, but that's it. I really love it. I do recommend it. The yarn that I used was Sweet Skein of Mine, and her fingering, it was called Poison. The color was called Poison. It was delicious. It had some pinks, some blacks, some reds, as you can see. And then I held it with a black mohair, and I think it was by Drops. So it made this beautiful, beautiful fabric. This pattern would be absolutely stunning in a tonal, in just a plain color, not variegated. And that's what I will do next time, but I still love this one, and I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna be wearing it all the time. The only other thing that I did, and this is kind of like a hack, I didn't bring it with me. Give me one moment and I'm just gonna go and grab something. Okay, so one kind of hack that I did, and I wanted to mention this, and it's not just for this sweater. I'm gonna be doing this if ever I get into the situation again with other sweaters. So I finished my sweater, I blocked it, it was great, and I put it on, and I still found that the neckline was still a little bit loose. I actually took pictures, or maybe a video, and I will insert it somewhere in here to show you what it looked like after blocking it and wearing it a couple of times. And it was kind of like this. And I don't wear a sweater or a t-shirt underneath my sweaters, so it kind of bothered me that you could see my bra strap. Anyway, it just didn't look good on me. So I didn't know what to do to tighten up the neckline. And then I thought of this, and this is not, I think it was Lisa from and so on. She has a podcast. She's amazing. And she explained this. I think she did it on an arm. Like, she knit a tank top and it was too loose here, and she put elastic. So she put elastic around and it tightened up the armhole and it was better. So anyway, I remember seeing it on her podcast. She was talking about it. So I was thinking if there was any black elastic thread. I went to a fabric store close to me, Fabricville in Moncton, and yeah, so I got this spool. I think it was like maybe $2, $3, $4 maybe, no more, and it's elastic. It's basically elastic thread. So what I did is I just, on the inside of the sweater, right on, you won't be able to see it because it's black. Anyway, so I'm not going to show it. But right really, really close to the cast on line, I threaded with a needle this elastic. And then I went all the way around and then I tied it off. You can't see it, you can't feel it. And this is how it sits now. It's so much better. It's amazing. So if ever you have a sweater that you find that the neck hole, I'm not saying this is a miracle if it's like this wide. I don't know if it'll work, but it'll help. It'll cinch in at least a little bit. So if ever you do want that, I know that they sell this in white and black. I have no idea if they have any other colors. They didn't there, but anyway, if it's at close to the color of your sweater, this is really, really handy. And I'll be definitely using this in the future in other sweaters if I get into the situation. So I just wanted to share that because I thought it was really brilliant and I really am happy with the results. Okay, so that is all for the Lady Violet. I have a second finished object, but really it's a half finished object. I made another mitten. So I've talked about these mittens before in my past episodes. This is the Coastal Drift Mittens by Manon from La Violette Knits. Manon was the store owner of my local yarn shop, which she closed at the end of October. I am devastated. I absolutely loved that place. It was amazing. And I have been stocking up on yarn like crazy. So I definitely took advantage of her sales, but yeah, she did close. But I am devastated the store is closed. But I am extremely, extremely happy for her, and she will be able to do more knitting adventures. Her store was really successful. It was just a lot for her. It was just a lot for her, for one person to own a store and be always there. Yeah, so now she will have more time, and she just lives 10 minutes from me. So we're still going to see each other all the time, and we're gonna go to the yarn shows. And so anyway, I am talking about this. If you're new here, I'm just saying that because I mention her a lot. So that's a little story. But yeah, so she designed these mittens and they are so perfect. I absolutely love this pattern. So it is knit up with DK weight yarn. You can either just have one strand of DK weight yarn, or in this case I did it with a strand of mohair, and this is Sunday yarn by Sedness Garn, and it's the fingering weight yarn, which is called Sunday. It's 100% non-superwash merino, and I am holding it together with a strand of tin silk mohair by Sedness Garn, and these were leftovers. This was leftovers from another project, and think this was from a t-shirt and this was from a sweater. And I'm going to tell you how much I had. I actually weighed what I had left before starting the first mitt. So the mohair, I had 13.8 grams. And on the Sunday, I had 30.3 grams of the fingering weight yarn. So I just threw caution in the wind and I cast on one mitten, and I thought I'm going to finish it, and then if I have, it'll tell me how much I need, if I have enough left to make the other, and I do, and I'm going to squeeze it out, and I'm just going to have like a teensy pinch of yarn left, and it's awesome. It'll be awesome. So these are so quick to knit up. She has you started with like this little rolled hem, and it's super comfortable, and then the twisted rib, and then you go into just basic stockinette, and then this slip stitch detail. It's a two row repeat, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. It's easy. She has a video tutorial on how to do this, and I can't remember how much her pattern is, but I know it's not expensive. I have a feeling it's $5. I don't even know. $5 Canadian, I'm not even sure. Don't quote me on that. I might be totally wrong. And they knit up so fast. So I'm gonna try on the mitten and show it to you. It's super cute. These are gonna be a gift because I already have my pair, but they knit up so fast. They're perfect for gift knitting, so that's why I'm making another pair. And I wanted to mention, because if you're looking for a good gift, these are awesome. Now mine, and I think for some people, sometimes they get this little, there might be a little gap between, but when you block, this is not blocked. When you block it, it does floof up the yarn a little bit, and it is still, you don't have to fuss over it. At first I was really worried, and I did tighten up my tension, but I think these are still awesome, even though there's a little gap. Just don't panic. That's what I was doing before, and I absolutely love the results, and they're still going to be very warm. These are not minus 40 degrees Celsius mittens either, but they're great for the beginning of winter and in the springtime, and they're just awesome. So I think you saw the mitten a lot. Enough. Yeah, highly recommend the pattern. They're fun and quick. Yes. Okay. Hi, this is Sophie from the future. While editing, I noticed that I completely forgot to mention that I had a gift away for this episode. So Manon Drolet, who is the designer of the coastal drift mittens that I was just talking about, has kindly gifted some codes for her pattern and also some yarn. She gifted some yarn for this podcast and to be able to gift away. So this is some Sunday fingering weight yarn by Senna's Garn, and this is the tin silk mohair to go with it. These two held together will make a pair of coastal drift mittens. If you are interested in winning either a pattern or the pattern with the yarn, please comment below, and in your comment all you have to do is have the word mittens in it. So if you have the word mittens, then you will be entered in the draw. I will draw 3 winners. So 2 winners will receive the pattern, and 1 winner will receive the yarn and the pattern. Thank you so much, Manon. Good luck to everyone, and back to your regular scheduled programming. Bye. That is it for my finished objects. I will move on to my whips, work in progress. I have 3. Yes, I have 3. So the first one that I will show you is my field sweater. Oh my goodness. This is a knit. I love it. The pattern is good, as you can see. I absolutely love the grain stitch detail. I am complete. I finished the last grain. Right here, I haven't split yet for the sleeves. I need to do a couple of short rows, and then I split for the sleeves, and then it's just stucking it in the round. And after doing this yoke, I am very looking forward to stucking it in the round. Now, am I complaining? No, I'm not complaining. These do take time. These are not hard. It's just, it makes the knitting a little bit slower. And I'm an impatient knitter. I just want to knit and just go fast. Because I want the product. I like the process. I know this is bad, but I love the process of knitting. If I wouldn't knit this much. But I love the end product so bad. So this took longer. The rounds were definitely slower. It is not hard. It's done with cables. So that's where it gets a little bit slower. But what I did, I don't have a deadline for this at all. So I really had to sit back and just take a breath, do a couple of rows when I can, and then set it down. And so I usually knit at night. So I would do a couple of rows at first when I sat, and then when my brain was mush, I just took another quick project and just with less thinking, and I got through it. I still got through it. So it's definitely manageable. And if you're a monogamous knitter, you're probably going to be faster than I am because I have like a lot of stuff on the needles. But anyway, I love this yarn. This yarn is by Twisted Willow. She is a local dyer in New Brunswick, and this is 100% non-superwash DK weight yarn. I know the color is called Venus. I don't have the ball band with me. It is a combination of fibers. I think it's BFL and Masham, I think. But it is a little bit rustic, but not at all. I would compare it to like Cascade 220 maybe. So I have a very high tolerance to the itch factor. So for me, it's okay. Actually, I'm putting it on. Let me try it. Maybe that'll show you a little bit better. But yeah, so I am enjoying the knit, and I did enjoy the process as well. But yeah, there was just some nights I just didn't have the brain power for it, so I would have to set it aside. So this is what it kind of looks like. That's what it's gonna look like. Oh, I'm so happy with it. At first, I wasn't sure if the yarn would show the grains too much because the yarn is, I think it's called 2-ply. Again, I'm not an expert in this stuff, but yeah, I think it's 2-ply. And I just wasn't sure about the stitch definition, but I love it. I really do. I think it fits this pattern really well, and I love the color. So I'm really excited for it. Can't wait to separate for the sleeves. So that's my field sweater. I was happy. Nancy from Nancy Wheeler, she's Knits It Happy. She has a podcast. She's amazing. I always talk about her. She actually finished. She finished her field sweater. And she started first, and she went through some of the grains, and I was totally jealous, and so I cast on one too. But I'm so happy that she said that she had a hard time maybe figuring out like the grains and stuff, and I'm just so happy that she said that, and because I might have not been able to figure it out myself. Not to figure it out, just took a little bit more brain power. I don't have a lot of that right now. So I actually went and looked up if anyone had any tutorials on the grain stitch, and I actually found 2 tutorials, and that's what helped me. I didn't even have to figure out anything. It just showed me how to do it. So I will link those 2 videos below, and it just shows how to do the grains. So if that helps anyone, it really did help me. It was just easy to start because I could see what they were doing, and it makes sense. It made sense to see and read after what is written out. It makes sense. Anyway, that's my field sweater. To be continued. I have 2 more whips. This is, I forgot to mention, there is a winner for the giveaway from my last episode. I have drawn and I have the winner's name, and I will announce it after showing off my whips. So stay tuned for that. I should have said that at the beginning. Sorry. Okay, so this is my next whip. I am going to make sure I give you the right information and look at my notes. I am knitting the Forest Mat by the Autumn Acorn. Now, so basically it's a mat, and the way she calls it a forest mat, you can bring it in the forest, and if you want to sit down or get on your knees and look for stuff, you know, you can put it and use it as a mat. So I am a hockey mom, and I go to hockey arenas all winter through spring, so it's really cold in there. So I thought that would be a perfect mat for the arena where I can sit on it and the seat would be cold. Anywho, I was really excited about it. So as soon as I saw it, I went to my local yarn shop at the time. She wasn't closed yet. And I bought some Briggs & Little roving. The pattern, I think the pattern was for maybe not Let Lopey, or yeah, I can't remember the name of it. Maybe it's Let Lopey. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. But it's with really rustic yarn. So my local yarn shop had some plates of roving from Briggs & Little, and I've used this yarn before and I really loved it. So I bought it, and I bought it in this like crazy red, really red. So this is all I have. This is my whip. There's not much to show. It doesn't look very exciting right now, but basically it is a paid for pattern, but the pattern is not expensive at all. You cast on in a special way. It's not hard, but you cast on in a special way, and then you just knit. That's it. You just knit, and I'm going to knit for so long, and then I'm not sure what the cast off is, and then you kind of, I don't even know. It becomes a mat. I don't know if you sew it or something. I'm sure you sew it together or something, and then you felt it. So I've never done that, so that's a first for me. So I have no idea if it's going to work out, but this is where I'm at. I'm just knitting on it. I chose this crazy red because the team that my son is on, the hockey team, their jerseys, they're red, and they're called Kent Sud Flames. So Kent South Flames, I guess, in English. And so their jerseys are red, great, and they have the initials K and S, and they have like yellow lining and flames, whatever. Anyways, I'm going to try, I have some fingering yellow yarn that I'm going to try to embroider. We'll see how that goes. Embroider a K and an S on it. So I think it's going to be really cute. And it's a work in progress. It's a lot of stitches, so the rounds are really long, so it will take me a little bit, but I am picking it up every night and doing a couple of rounds, and that's how it's going to get done. So that is my second whip. Did I say everything for that? I think so. Yeah. Oh, so actually, sorry, for the yarn, as I said, Briggs and Little Roving, it comes in a plate. It's very inexpensive, and it comes in a plate. So how it's wrapped together, it's wrapped in a plate with 5 strands. 5 strands. My goodness. Yeah, so when you unravel it, or if you want to use it, how I did it for this project, I am holding 2 strands together. So I'll show you the 2 strands just in case. So these are the 2 strands. So when I balled up the yarn, I divided the yarn in 3. So the strands in 3. I did 2 strands, 2 strands, and then I did a ball with 1 single strand. It is a process to ball it up. I put it in the hallway, and then I would unravel some of the yarn and then just like walk up the hallway to the plate and just like ball it up. It did take a little bit, but I totally think the process is worth it for the price of this yarn, and this is really good. It's not, it doesn't split easily, so I find it's really, really nice to work with. It's very rustic though. It's 100%. That's why it's going to felt. So itch factor a little bit, but yeah. Anyways, this is going to be for my bum. So it'll be good. And I think that is it for this one. Okay. Third and final whip. Sorry, it's all tangled up. I should have prepared a little bit better. Okay. This, I need to look back in my notes, is the Miriam Ruana. And I'll put the designer's name. It is by Vanessa Coscarelli Black. And this is where I'm at. I'll show a picture of what it's supposed to look like too. So this is a gift knit for my friend at work who is always cold like I am. And so basically it's kind of like a blanket wrap, kind of. So basically you have 2 panels coming down in the front, and you'll have a big panel in the back, and then you sew it together, and it's kind of like a blanket, but then it has those flaps that come forward, and I think it's going to be really cozy and really warm. As soon as I saw that pattern come out, I was really excited about it because I knew I wanted one, but then I thought of my friend and I'm like, she would love one as well. So I am making this one for her for Christmas. So I am on track. I think I'm going to be able to finish it. I have to, but I'm not too worried. I am picking it up every day now and doing a couple rows. So I don't know if I'm going to stand up, but I have the first panel done. So you start at the bottom on one of the front panels and you do some garter, and then you go into this lovely simple lace patterning, and yeah, you just knit to whatever size you're making. I think I'm making one of the largest size, or the largest size. It's in my pattern, it's in my Ravelry page. And yeah, so basically this is the first panel. I don't know if it'll show really, but yeah. So this will be the first panel. It's really hard to show, but I think it's going to be so warm. And I have started the second one. I'm basically almost done. Well, maybe not almost, but more than halfway done. So yeah, it'll be kind of like that. So I'm really enjoying this pattern. It's knit up with larger needles, and it knits up fairly quickly. It is knit back and forth, so when you're doing garter, it's only knits, but when you do get into this lace pattern, you have to do back and forth, so there is purling. Purling is not my favorite thing to do, but on this size of needle and this type of yarn, it doesn't bother me. I'm totally okay with it. And so I will show you the yarn that I have been using for it. This is, so I bought a kit on the Lion brand site. When the pattern came out, I think you can buy it separately through Ravelry, just the pattern, but Lion brand had these kits, and this is what she had knitted in with. And it is from Lion brand. It's basic stitch and it's anti-pilling. I have no idea if that's true. But I was very intrigued about the anti-pilling because I have used acrylic yarn before in a blanket, and it's so full of pills. And a lot of stuff does pill, but anyway, I was very intrigued with this, so I have no idea if it's actually anti-pilling, but we're gonna try it out. This is the color that the pattern came out. This is the yarn that she used, this actual color, and it's got Tweety bits all over. I thought my friend would really like this, and I bought a just plain basic gray for myself. I didn't start the one for myself. I will start in the new year. And so that's it. So this is the yarn that I am using. As I said, I bought it as a kit. And when you buy it as a kit, you get the pattern as well. They had a sale at the time. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. That's another gift knit. I hope she loves it. I can't see that she wouldn't. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of knitting. The back part is going to be longer, I know, because it's going to be wider. And anyway, I hope I'm on track. So that is the Miriam Ruana, and that's it for my whips. I might have some other things on the needles, but this is what I've been working on currently. What else? I can talk a little bit about my next project, which I will be casting on. I am not sure, but very soon. It is the Zweig, I have no idea how to say this, but I don't know if it's Zweig or Zweig sweater by Boyland Knitworks, Caitlin Hunter. I'll put a picture up. Now, this is my next cast on sweater, I think. I'm pretty sure, because we're going to cast on really soon. So the story behind, oh, there's something there. The story behind that sweater, Leanne from the Knitty Stew podcast, gorgeous podcast, and she makes gorgeous knitted things, and she is a lovely person. So Leanne made one. She made one and she showed it off, I think probably in the springtime, or I don't know if it's last year or like early this year. She finished her Zweig and it was gorgeous. I had seen that sweater before, but I saw hers and it was like, I am definitely knitting this pattern at some point in my life. So fast forward to lately, I've been talking to Nancy and Leanne from New Brunswick. She's a knitter from New Brunswick as well, and Rochelle. Anyway, I think we're four, and we all want to cast on the Zweig. So I've already swatched for it. I swatched. I will show you my swatch. For those who don't know, I really hate swatching, but it's a must. It is, you have to do it. You should do it. Do I do it all the time? Now I do, but I cheat. I don't do a true swatch, I do like this much, and then I'm like, yeah, it's fine. But for this one, I really wanted to make sure I had the correct gauge for the pattern. And yeah, so because this is a yoke, it's a beautiful top-down sweater. It has some lace detail in the yoke and color work a little bit. And yeah, this is a sweater that I will not want to re-knit right away. If I do make a mistake and rip back, it would be, I don't think it would be that good. So from the instructions of Nancy made me do it. Again, thank you, Nancy. Yeah, she definitely said the importance of swatching and doing a proper swatch. I swatched in the round. This, again, it's not the full swatch. I'll show you. So the sweater, the bottom part of the sweater is a solid color, and it has these little crisscross cables all around. I am definitely making the cables. Some do not, and it's still lovely, but I really like the look of the cables. So I don't know if you can tell here, but I have swatched, and these are going to be like the little cable dots, kind of. Anyway, and my swatch is incorrect. Like, anyway, I messed up on the rows or whatever, but I did measure. I did do it in the round, as you can see. I'm not going to tell you how to do that. There are videos, tutorials. I just really am not good at explaining things. So, but basically you just, yeah, search it up in YouTube. You'll be able to figure out how to swatch in the round. It's not hard. But yeah, so this is the color. This is the main color of my sweater. We started talking about the sweater, and everyone wanted to cast on soon. So I'm like, I need to cast on with you guys as well. So I went in my stash. I did not buy yarn. I do not have any acquisitions today. I know, who am I? But I really did a lot of damage like the last 2 months. So I had to be on a yarn buying freeze. So I went in my stash. I have this. I have 3 skeins of this yarn. Isn't it gorgeous? It is so lovely. This is Alley Cat Yarns. She is a Canadian yarn dyer. I will link her down below. Beautiful colors. I made, what is it called? The Whitmore, I think. With her yarn, it's absolutely gorgeous. It was this teal color, gorgeous colors. Anyway, so I had 3 skeins of this because I had already cast on a, what is it called? It's called Mount Pleasant by Pippin Pin. I'm going to frog it because I don't think I can pull that look off. It's been a couple of years that it's on the needles, and I haven't gone back to it. Not because the pattern isn't gorgeous. I still love that pattern, and I just don't think it would suit me. So instead of leaving that yarn to be forever forgotten, I am going to rip back whatever I've made up. I maybe did this much of the sweater, so it's totally fine, and I am going to use it in this sweater. So this is the yarn that I haven't used yet, that I hadn't caked up. So I did, and I swatched with it, and I think I figured out my needles, and we're just gonna hope for the best. So that's going to be my main color. And then I've been comparing, oh my god, I love these. I had 3 skeins that were possibilities. 2 were by Sweet Skein of mine, and then the third one was this Yarn Indulgences. And after sending some pictures, I love this combination. So this is going to be my contrast color. The lace color work will be in this one. I think it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be moody. That's totally my jam. And I'm excited. This was in stash as well. And I'm so happy and excited. So maybe next video I will have this at least started. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to focus on it too much, but I want to cast on at the same time as we are all casting on. I don't know. Maybe Nancy will say, or I will say on Instagram, if this is a knit along, we don't have a hashtag. This would be just a very casual. We're just casting on this sweater. That's it. So if you want to follow along, if you want to knit a swag with us, please do. And keep me posted because it's a gorgeous pattern. And that is all that I have for dream. That is all that I have for dream knitting right now. I have so many other things that I want to cast on and that I have yarn for, but I have to dial it back and just try to focus on my gift knitting, which I am not panicking. I'm taking it day by day. If things are not done by Christmas, they won't be. I can finish up after. Like, I'm not putting any stress on myself because I am way stressed enough as it is. So yeah, so that's what I have been knitting on. As you can see, yeah, I decorated for Christmas. I know it's early, but I love it. It makes me happy, and at night I have twinkle lights everywhere, and I just turn on all the twinkle lights and turn off all the lamps and the real lights, and just like, I just love the ambiance. It makes me happy, and like one of my old teachers in junior high would say, whatever turns your crank, just do it. So that's what I did. It takes me a long time. I did manage to grab some footage on how I kind of like decide where to put everything, like the process. It's a process. It takes a couple of days for me to decorate. I do enjoy it. I really enjoy it. But lately, these last years, I kind of try to rush it because I do not have time for it. The kids are in hockey and volleyball, and we have a tournament of some sort every weekend in the month of November. And I think we're off one weekend from tournaments in December, the first week of December, and then we have 2 other tournaments. It's just crazy, and they're all around. This weekend, yesterday, I was in Shippagan, New Brunswick. The weekend before that, my husband was in Edmundston, New Brunswick, which is 5 hours from here. So I had to stay back because my son had hockey, and we had to split. And this weekend we were able to go all together for volleyball. My daughter's in volleyball, and they did really well. They won their first 2 games, which were amazing, and they lost after in the semis, but still they're growing. They're a new team. Anyway, it's just really fun to see them kind of gel together, and they do these amazing plays, and it's just they've improved like so much because they're just a brand new team. So that's really cool, but it takes up a lot of time that we don't have a lot of. So, and time is just like zooming by. I can't believe we're in the middle of November, which is insane. Yeah, so we just do it. I have no thinking ahead. I hardly can make any suppers, which is why today I did not want to leave my house. Last night we got home from Shippagan, which is about 2.5 to 3 hour drive from here. We got home at 7, and then I left and I went to do groceries because I did not want to leave my house today. And I told the kids, and I told my husband, and I'm like, I'm gonna record. I am going to make a really good supper. I'm going to roast a chicken. We're going to have some mashed potatoes and some gravy and some stovetop stuffing. Yeah, I know, really fancy. And some carrots. And we're going to eat a real meal. So I'm excited for that. And what else? I don't know. It's just everything. Everything is happening life-wise. Super busy. I am so looking forward to the holidays because we will have Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's off, and I'm hoping a little bit more for myself because I had to cancel some vacation time. So I'm hoping that I can tack it on there and just do nothing, stay in my PJs and knit and just do nothing and probably eat. We'll probably eat a lot. Oh well. That's a lot of life. I'm sorry. But that's what's been going on. Now, let's get on to the winner. I should have done that before my life part. Sorry. Let's get on to the winner. I don't even have the skein with me. Let me go grab that skein of yarn. Just a minute. Okay, I grabbed the skein of yarn. So this is a skein of yarn that I am gifting, well, for a giveaway prize. It is by Sweet Skein of Mine, and it was called Acadian Summer Fun. And I'm an Acadian, so it has the colors of the flag, the blue, the yellow for the red, for the yellow star, and some red. And it is delicious, and I thought this was a good giveaway prize. As much as I love it, it's a good giveaway prize. So the winner is, I'll put a little picture up here of the winner. I did a random comment generator, and the winner is Judy Carlson Layton. Congratulations. Congratulations, Judy, on winning this lovely, lovely skein of yarn. All you have to do, you can send me an email or a message on Instagram, but the best way would be on send me an email. My email address is below, and send me your mailing address, and I will pop this in the mail to you. And congratulations again. And I would like, oh my goodness, I have so much to say. The comments, oh my goodness. Thank you to everyone who has commented. Like I said on the last episode, it was my 2-year anniversary of doing this podcast. I am honored that you guys actually come here and watch and left such wonderful comments. It took every ounce of control, or I don't know, to not comment back. I really wanted to, but I had over 200 comments and it would just take too much time, but some of the comments were just so amazing. Thank you so much for the love. And I knew there was comments coming in, and then I would go and read a few, and then something happened. I had to get up, but I would keep those comments for periods of the day where I just needed a little pick-me-up. And I say that because I remember one night, oh my goodness, it's crazy at work. It's really, there's deadlines and end of year and yada yada. And so it's stressful. And I got home and I don't know, I was just really frazzled and stressed and whatever. And then I sat down and I'm like, I should go and read a few more comments in heart. So that'll make me feel better. And I did. And this comment there were so many comments, but this one just like, at the time, it just like hit home, and I'm like, wow, that was so kind to say. I forgot to write the name, but in one of the comments, this girl, she She is, I can't even remember where she is. She says it in the comment. But she is not close to home right now. She is studying, and she said that she watched the podcast during her break from studying, and that she said it was calming, and and that I gave out motherly vibes, and that she wasn't close to her mother right now, and that she really appreciated that. And oh my god, I think I teared up. I really did. I thought that was so amazingly sweet, and I was just, I don't know. I just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who has commented. Lovely comments, so encouraging. I'm so happy some of you enjoy, and I really enjoy doing this. I wish I could do it more often, but crazy life. So I do it as much as I can, and I'm just so happy that you guys are out there. Okay, that's enough of that, but seriously, thank you. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I don't say that on all of my videos because half of the time I forget, but it does help my channel grow. But if you don't want to, that is totally okay too. I just do this for fun. But yeah, what else did I wanted to say? I am almost done. The last thing I think is a recipe. I haven't shared a recipe in a while, and I'm looking for my recipe card that I had. Oh, it fell. Okay, so I thought I was kind of going through the recipes that I usually make, and I have shared a lot of them, and I don't want to share one that I've already shared. So yeah, I'm not a baker, I'm not a cook, but I am in my house, in my household. So just meaning these recipes are not my own. I find them on Pinterest. This one is actually from my mother-in-law. This is where I got it from, my mother-in-law. And it's for peanut butter fudge. Yes, this is not a healthy recipe, just saying. But because of the holidays are coming, and just in case if you want to try a new recipe and you like peanut butter fudge, I will write down the instructions. It's pretty simple. It has some brown sugar, some regular sugar, a lot of sugar, some carnation milk. So that is evaporated milk. It uses some of that, a cup of peanut butter, a pinch of salt, and a cup of fluff. If you don't know what fluff is, I don't know that, I think you guys have it in the States too, but I don't know. It's probably not everywhere, but it's basically melted marshmallow in a jar. And yeah, it's like marshmallow spread, I guess. Anyway, it's called fluff here, and you have to have a cup of fluff in the fudge, and it makes it wonderful. It is so good. It's really hard to not eat a whole bunch with a nice glass of milk. Oh, so good. I can only make it during the holidays because I can't have it in the house because I'm going to eat all of it. So, but it's very indulgent, and but it's really good. I make it all the time, and I will put the instructions underneath this video if you want to try it out. I hope it works. I hope you enjoy. And I think that's it for this one. We have had our first snowfall, and then the snow went away. I have some footage. I don't know if I put it in the beginning or the end, but I will put that up, and I will put some of my holiday decor. If it puts you in the holiday spirit, that's great. If you don't want to look at it, that's okay too. I just wanted to thank you again for being here, for the lovely comments, for the support, and for the help. Sometimes people give me comments on tips and tricks. I love that. Thank you. Have a great couple of weeks. I hope to be back maybe in December. Absolutely in December, sometime. Sometime soon. And until then, be kind to yourself. Be warm, be cozy, and keep knitting. And I'll see you next time. See you guys.